What's up and good morning everybody. This is Al, aka Fishing with Big Al. Welcome to the channel. Just had something I wanted to put out real quick, and you can take it for what it's worth. Maybe to help you guys out when you're doing it. I know it'll help me out because I always get hung up on this, and it burns me up when it happens. But this, I recognized it Monday. No, not Monday, but I think today is Tuesday, so this had to be yesterday. It was Monday. People, when they get hung up, instead of breaking their line off by tightening down on the drag, if you got depending on what kind of reel you got, we call them open faces up north. From the Midwest, I call them open faces. That's when you bring the bail back and then you cast. That's what I use. But I noticed yesterday, a young man was hung up, and instead of him tightening down on the drag and then just pull until the line broke and gave, he cut it from the tip of the rod. Now, we at the jetty, and that is about at least 35 to 40 feet separation from the top of the jetty wall that you're standing on down to the water. And he cut it from the eye. Well, when you do that, especially for people that don't know and don't understand, if you've been fishing but you're just starting out at least, and you're kind of green to it, it's good to just try to tighten it down. Try to get it loose if you can, but if you can't, just pull it. And that way it'll separate itself at least from where your hook or your weight is caught up. And then you also save line. But when you cut it from the tip and then let that line just go, it's going right back into the water. And then what's going to happen is you're going to have the current pushing, and you're going to have somebody like myself fishing that area. And I'm bringing my line in, and all of a sudden I'm realizing that I'm wrapped up in another line because somebody did what like he did. He just cut it from the tip and he allowed it to go back down into the water. So if you're in a good fishing hole, that can be something that you don't want to deal with because you're getting hung up constantly over and over. When we were fishing Sunday, I believe it was, we were fishing on Sunday, and a young man that I had met out there, he got caught up like 3 times in that same spot before he realized I'm gonna have to move, because every time I bring my line in, I'm getting hung up on whatever this line is down there. And he also had to break off one time with his the same way. So again, whenever you're doing that and you have a hang up, instead of just cutting it from the tip, just pull it and then let it separate itself from either the hook or separate itself from the weight where it may have got lodged in between the rocks. That keeps a lot of line out of the water when you do that. But when you cut it from the tip itself, like I said, that's like 35 to 40 feet of line you just put back into the water, and then it's going to be somebody else coming up, and then they're going to get themselves wrapped up around that line, and it becomes a bigger mess. So anyway, with that said, this is Al. I'm out. Fish on, baby. Peace.